St. John writes in his first letter, Deus caritas est. God is love. In a world where there is so much hatred, violence, and deceitful ideologies, and a lot of it done in the name of God, in the name of love, where the evil is tangible, the proclamation that God is love is both timely and significant. However, in our society, the term love has become one of the most frequently used and misused of words, a word to which we attach quite different meanings. When our society thinks about love, I often think of the movie Anchorman, when Brick, who is played by Steve Carell, starts saying in a loud, awkward voice, "I love lamp, I love couch." Rob Burgundy, who is played by Will Ferrell, asks Brick, "Are you just looking at objects and saying that you love them?" As a society, we need to move past this cheap understanding of love. For if we don't, the proclamation of who God is, love, loses its depth and breadth, and the proclamation is cheapened. With the proclamation of God is love, the image that should permeate our thoughts and senses should be the man who hangs on the cross. There we see not a vengeful God, or a God who hates and condones violence in his name, but a God who encounters every form of evil, every deceitful ideology, and takes it onto himself and conquers it with love. As our Lord says intimately to his apostles, "No one has greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends." That love, agape love, sacrificial love, is unconditional, personal, tireless. It gives everything. Our Lord's love for us is unconditional. And in our society, it is hard to grasp this concept of unconditional love because we have cheapened it. Most of us are conditioned, whether knowingly or not, that we have to earn love. And when I don't love something anymore, I discard it. And that transfers over to who we think of God. We think that we have to earn God's love. That God will only love me if I am holy. Only when I am in the state of grace, living a pure life, that Jesus will love me. And when we sin, that is failing to love by keeping God's commandments. Jesus won't love me anymore. The truth of the matter is Jesus' love is unconditional. He loves us because he is love. All he wants to do is love you. That unconditional love for us is personal. His love for me is different from the love he has for you. The lie that we believe is that there is nothing special about us to love. Or if God really knew me, like everything about me, then he wouldn't love me. And sadly, that is because we have cheapened our understanding of love. The truth is, our Lord does know us. And he knows everything about us. And guess what? He still loves you in a personal way. That unconditional personal love is also tireless. In the Catechism of the Catholic Church, we read, God calls man first. Man may forget his Creator or hide far from his face. He may run after idols or accuse the deity of having abandoned him. Yet the living and faithful God tirelessly calls each person to that mysterious encounter known as prayer. It is easy to give up on ourselves when we keep running and the hamster wheel keeps turning, but we are getting nowhere. It is easy to give up when we keep repeating the same sins over and over again in confession. However, the God who is love has not given up on you. He never tires of calling us to the mysterious encounter in the sacraments and in prayer. To listen to the words of compassion, that is, to suffer with someone, and to love us, and to speak words tenderly to our heart. Finally, the God who is love, who loves us unconditionally, personally, tirelessly, gives us everything to prove that love. He gives himself to us in the Eucharist. There is nothing that we can do to earn such a great gift. And God gives us this gift because of his love for us. God is love, and in the Eucharist we see how much God has loved us. There is no one in this world that will love you more than our Lord does for us when he gives, because he has given himself for us and our salvation. In this month of May, and on this Mother's Day weekend, we turn to our Blessed Mother and ask her to lead us closer to her Son, to reveal to us his unconditional, personal, and tireless love. May her Immaculate Heart teach us how to become capable of this love in our life and be fountains of living water in the midst of a world thirsting for true love.